bus going round and round. Got the wheels on the bus going round and round. Wheels going round and round, and we rolling through your town, round and round.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome into another episode of the one, the only Big Ugly Sports Show. We are brought to you by the Bank of Dudley. We are your first and your only source for mediocre, below average sports coverage. What a time to be alive. What a time to be here this morning. We've got the OG bus crew here for you on this beautiful, crisp 69-degree weather morning. So let's bring in the other guys here with us this morning. This boy just gets harder and harder. He continues to be a Seminole for life. He's got a gullet that can store food for days at a time. He's lost a ton of weight, but he's still fat. The man with napkins for hands. He's big. He's sloppy. He is Big Rogi.
The war chants for the Braves at this point.
Not even really for them right now either. This is just a bad time to be war chanted.
Yeah.
Tell you what it ain't, though.
You know, the Minions didn't ever. Never mind. I was probably about to take too. I was probably about to take too far.
I need you to go ahead and
go. No, I was probably about to take too far.
He's a UGA graduate. He's a diehard dog. He can make a bottle of mouthwash stink. His bottom row looks like he bit a brick. Everyone's an idiot compared to him. I'm talking about the one, the only pride of Buddy Johnson Road. Put your hands together for Adam Hight. High Tower.
Morning. Hey, man, it's good to be here with the original crew, man.
Wonder when the last time...
I was thinking about that yesterday. And
how long did you think about it?
How long did I think about it? About 7 minutes.
Oh, wow, okay.
That's a lot of time dedicated to that thought.
Not continuously 7 minutes, but a grand total.
Throughout the day.
Yeah.
Well,
what did you come to anywhere?
Yeah,
wow.
I mean, I was really thinking, man, it would be cool if we did a show, just three of us, and we kind of reminisced about some previous shows that we did together. You know,
man, that's a great idea.
It is.
That's a great thought. I loved it.
We're on, is this year 3? Or will it be 2 years in September?
Too long.
2 years.
Too long. I don't know,
I think
man.
Maybe 2.
Time flies when you're having fun.
Yep.
This is year 2.
Because we started in September.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, if we continue on next year, that would be year 3. That's how that goes.
That's how that goes.
Mm-hmm. Stat for Heisman. Wow. Who would have thought that was 2 years ago about this time? Wow.
Yeah.
And who would have thought that would be our highest viewed episode so far? Straight down.
It's kind of like, they make movies, whatever, like with the originals, the best, and all the sequels, whatever, are not very good.
Kind of like Happy Gilmore. It's going to be hard to top.
Well, we came out hot and
blazing, and
people were excited. And I think there's still a bunch of people out there who like our show, but they just, they're just, life's busy and they forget and they get in different routines or whatever. So,
but then we've got some though that are here. They dialed in weekly.
Yeah, so. We've got the loyal crew that out there in Radio Land listening. Hey, we appreciate y'all.
And one of them will be joining us later today on the show. And if you're listening this morning, it's on Friday at the earliest. So we made a Facebook post yesterday. Essentially, we're going to start releasing on Fridays instead of Wednesdays. That gives the crew
Wednesdays.
That gives the crew a little more time to try to work our schedules out. We got a million things going on. It gives us a bigger window to try to get everybody here to do the show. So we did that for you fans. You're welcome. But wherever you are listening, make sure you are subscribed. If you're on YouTube, subscribe. Give us a thumbs up. Apple Podcast, Spotify, wherever you are. And always, you can find anything you need at www.thebiguglysportshow.com. So let's dive into some things over the weekend. With Rogi, I do want to dive in a little bit to your dog situation, bud. We'll get to football later, but the Goldens, whether Ace and Dope, just continue to not want to live with you. Where do you got on that?
Well, I don't blame them.
They're good dogs. I've seen them. They listen for the most part. One of them's dumb. The other one's pretty sharp.
That's actually really fair.
Doak's got to be dumb.
He is.
Yeah, he's not smart. Yeah. He can just look at. He's kind of got his eyes go look a which way. But
he's not cross-eyed now.
I didn't say cross-eyed. I was pointing opposites.
Oh well, regardless, he doesn't look like that either.
Hight, real quick, tell me If you had to, and I know you're not, you used to be a huge Georgia fan, and now you're probably on the Twitter, but if you had to line,
thinking about putting her down actually.
all right.
Well, okay, hold on. Can we real quick? If there was like a way for her to go, which way would it be?
Quick.
So would you
today, right now?
So you'd shoot her?
Oh, you talking about? Okay.
How?
I mean, I if somebody came and took her from my house, I wouldn't be upset.
Are you really meaning that, or are you just saying?
Yeah, like dead serious. If anybody wants her and her listening.
So what happened to the phase? You went through a phase where you were all Georgia.
Listen, I still love her. I don't want her to die. I don't really want her to die.
But you don't really care what happens to her.
I just want somebody. I'd rather her be living with somebody else. She tears all my stuff up. She digs in the yard. I don't like it.
How old is she now? She's still a puppy. Right?
She can't be still a puppy.
She can't be a puppy.
She's like 2 years old.
That's considered puppy.
It's not.
She's a teenager. Making bad decisions.
She's out there rolling houses.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely would. I mean, now if a car hit her, I'd probably be bothered a little bit in the short term, but in the long term, I'd be good with it. It's a lot cheaper that way.
No doubt about that. My
funniest crazy.
The funniest thing for me is when Rogi's making his post, like he's making posts like he's like hurting, and then Hight's commenting on him like it's like making fun at you looking for your dog.
I did laugh when he put that.
Checking on Cemetery Road.
Yeah. Cemetery Street, but yeah.
Yeah, Cemetery Street.
It was, I actually did laugh at that. Well, so I was that morning. I came up to the school. I got like a quick lift in. Went home. I was going to shower.
I can tell you've been lifting.
Hey, thank you, buddy.
This morning.
Yeah. Oh wow. Yeah. Good. Well, wow.
Need to work tricep a little bit, but
hey, listen, I got that Eddie Floyd.
See that horseshoe bag?
Boy. Oh, never mind. I'm not going to do it.
stop.
Go ahead, do it.
No, keep on.
Anyways, so I get home, jump in the shower real quick, let the dogs out. They haven't gotten out in over a year.
What?
At least.
And when you say gotten out, you mean they were digging under your fence?
Oh yeah, my neighbor has told me one time when she used to like walk around the neighborhood that she witnessed one of the dogs go through the fence, turn around, bite the fence, and lift the fence up, and the other one ran through. She has seen them do that. I'm like, holy crap, that's kind of impressive. So shout out to Thompson Farms. When they got their pool built, I got a bunch of like the leftover like concrete and put it all around my fence, so they couldn't get out. It's head whatever. So I don't know where they got out at. So I get in the shower, come out, and I'm go in the backyard, try to let them in. I don't know where they're at.
Both of them.
Both of them.
Immediately start crying.
Dude, I mean, breaking down in tears.
Were the kids with you?
No, they weren't, thankfully. But my words were, what the is going on? Like, why do they keep getting out? Where these dogs at?
These dudes are just smarter than Raj.
It's not very hard. So I get out, dude. I kid you not. I watched the entire FSU game, which wasn't really a whole lot to watch, but I watched the entire game on my phone and drove every dirt road, I swear, from Dexter to Cadwell to Rents. I'm like, dude, I don't know where these freaking dogs are at. So I finally get home. I'm like, they'll come home, I guess. I mean,
I get hungry.
Yeah. So it's about 4:30, and I'm starting the grill up. And next thing I know, I hear some freaking rattling.
They're trying to get back in.
Here it comes, covered in freaking mud.
Oh, yeah. Had a good time,
dude. I'm happy that it's back, but I'm like,
just digging up bodies on Cemetery Street.
Yeah. Bang bang, gang gang, baby. Anyway, so I'm like, this he gets.
Did you cuss him out?
Mm-hmm. Oh, he let them have it.
Yeah,
I sure did. No, I tell you they did. They just looked at me.
Wagging them tails.
Yeah.
Did you beat them any?
No, I didn't beat them. No, I didn't.
Tell me off camera.
Verbally.
Okay.
Verbally abused them. So then that one gets home, and then about 30 minutes later, here comes the other one, and they just looking at me like nothing happened. And now when my dog's legs hurt, he's like limping around. I don't know if he got like.
Well, maybe he learned a lesson.
Yeah, I don't know. I wasn't very happy.
I hope he don't pass.
I mean, I hope he doesn't either.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
This man Hight's wanting everybody's dog just to go away.
No, I just said I don't want him to pass.
But normally when you say stuff like that means you really want him to pass.
Right.
No.
Yeah. That's where I'm getting.
No, I don't want.
Well, Raj, I speak on behalf of all Lawrence County. We're glad to home.
Yeah, me too.
So welcome back, guys.
Gang, gang, baby.
Shout
out for the estates.
There were people sharing his status, like trying to look for them dogs. I just was rolling the whole time.
Well, so I mean, again, behind my house is nothing but woods. So I'm hoping that, like, because one time like they've gotten out,
Right, let's talk about these dogs.
Well, he asked a question. I've had somebody message me, but hey, I saw one here. Like, now these people are sharing stuff. Are they looking for the dogs?
Oh yeah,
They call it. Roger's got a tip line out there. They calling it a tip line, letting them know where
They
they've
are.
been seen.
Go ahead. Say it.
I'm ready to move on from this.
Well, tell us, Hight. You said a little flag football. Tell us about a little flag football recap.
Yeah, well, I mean, Roger's my buddy on Snapchat, and he just continually posting videos of Bow Bow.
Hold on. Let's not do that. Everything that you've done with your freaking kids, man. Look, hey, man. Brooks hit 275 today, man. 4 home runs.
I've never said that.
Man, he's done real good. He's played good in the field. I mean, if you look at him, he's catching that thing at short, man, getting them shoulders squared, man. He's doing a good job. Hey, how much money would it be for me to come out here and get hitting lessons? Yeah, I DM Chipper. I DM Chipper on Instagram asking could he give me things that Brooks could do? Yeah, I just don't. I'm not really sure. I mean. So
Hey,
let's
this
not
is
do
what
that.
the people love. Hight, what you got for that?
So don't do that.
Oh, I just love it. It just feels good.
Well, I
It
don't
feels
have-
like we're back in the saddle again, boys.
I don't have
love
Snap
it.
anymore. I need you to tell me and the people what was going
Well,
on.
no, I mean his son is actually toting the mail for his flag football team, and
Just like Brooks is hitting bombs. Yeah.
he's not hitting bombs.
So
We're happy to make contact down there, but
contact getter.
anyway, I just know that he's going to be a player for that team, just based on the highlight reels that I've seen out there. Chuck's over here gassing me up with his eyes.
Gas somebody up with eyes.
He's gassing me up, dude, for sure. And but now there's and so Jake had practice. Yeah.
All right, can we be adults here?
I'm sorry. You know how I get tickled
Yes.
now. He keeps doing that to me. I just won't look at him. But anyway, I know and Jake's he's pretty solid. Little flag football player.
Yeah, I could tell yesterday.
Bo Mullis is the best player on the team. The dude can run. He's fast. He can throw.
And he can pass. Baby Miles.
Good, everybody.
But anyway, it's gonna be fun to see them kids playing ball together against each other. But
They'll have the time of their lives.
These boys having a time of their life. I don't want your life. Varsity Blues.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah,
A lot of moving
that was
parts
good.
over
Listen,
Roger's on that roast today. I love it, Raj.
I do too. That's good.
All right, Roger.
What?
Tell us a little bit about. It is homecoming week over at Raider Nation.
It is.
Raiders 4-0 for the first, I think for the fourth time, if I saw right, fourth time in school history.
Yep.
So shout out to Kip Burdett, Gabe Gay, and all the other. We got some loyal listeners on there to the bus on there. So
That the offense coordinator at West High is doing a really good job. What was his name again?
and the staff.
And staff. Yes, and staff.
Gabriel.
Gabriel Gay.
Yep. So
Good job, guys. And Coach Kip Burdett.
they got was it Harlem coming in this week
Yeah.
at 3-0? So 2 undefeated
Wow.
teams. Homecoming.
Are they both ranked? No. Okay.
So, Roger, just tell us a little bit. You're in the building. Me and Hight aren't out there. So I'm trying to, people will hear this Friday morning as they're listening. Probably even on the way on a crisp Friday evening to the game. We're probably their pregame show. They queuing us up right now. Tell us a little bit about the feel around the team and around the school. I know it's homecoming week. A lot of crazies. Everybody seem pretty amped up about the game this week.
Yeah, I think that homecoming is one of those things, though, that's it's kind of worrisome just because there's so much other things going on.
Yeah, as a coach, you hate homecoming.
Yeah, and I think that having Harlem, realistically, Harlem's probably, if not the best, the second best team that we're going to play. I think Baldwin will be solid next week. So it's kind of stinks that you're playing potentially the best team in the region on homecoming week.
No,
So
with your involvement, I know how deep you are into the game planning and everything like that. Like,
yeah,
what do y'all
I'm
have?
asked to do everything. Yeah.
So what do you see happening this
Like a prediction?
Yeah,
I think it's going to be a low-scoring game. I think it's going to be a fast game.
okay, challenge, Gabe, challenge.
Well, just because I think both defenses, are stingy. I think that offensively we're very similar in what we do and what they do.
Coach Murphy got that defense.
Yeah, we forgot to mention Coach Murphy as coordinator. Coach
Yeah.
Murphy
So I think it's going to be. I think it's going to be a very physical game on both sides. I see us pulling out like a victory or something like a 21-14.
Okay.
Something like that.
Hey, Raiders on top, baby.
Yeah, I think it's just going to be a very physical game.
It just takes 1 point, as them dogs showed last weekend.
That's all it needs.
Man, yeah, they do. I mean, go Dogs.
So make sure you tune in that game and you come out and support the Raiders. Good luck to those guys. And if you're not able to be there, you can always tune in to TV 35 to hear me and Big Slop over here do the play-by-play on TV 35. So,
and to be completely honest, I've been disappointed. I know that you've been busy a lot, but the viewers were actually okay with you not being there.
I can understand that. More you, less me. I'm good with that.
Or just really anybody over you.
I'm contractual to be there. I'm contractual.
Yeah.
All right. It is time for our first commercial break. On the other side of the break, we've got to talk some college football. We got the Dogs with a big win this past week. We got the Noles with another loss. Falcons, great game for the Falcons. So make sure you stay with us. We're going to talk that, and then on our segment 3, we've got our guest caller coming in. So y'all stay with us. We will be right back.
In the game of life, your choice of banks can make the difference between a championship performance and a trip to the showers. Since 1905, Bank of Dudley's been Middle Georgia's hometown banking team with a solid roster of banking products offering competitive rates and online services that help you cross your financial goal line. Come experience true relationship banking. Local people, local decisions, local banking. Bank of Dudley, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Go Dogs.
This is Brad Meeks, owner of Brian's Giant Subs. Thanks for listening to the Big Ugly Sports Podcast. Come see us today to grab your favorite sub, 1632 Veterans Boulevard in the Oaks Shopping Center, Dublin, Georgia.
For all your HVAC needs, please call Elite Comfort Solutions. We specialize in commercial and residential HVAC. The number is 833-483-HVAC and the website is www.elitecomfortsolutions-inc.com. Call for a free quote today.
Big Peach Car Wash, located on Highway 80 across from Walmart in Dublin. Coming this fall. I hadn't washed my truck in 6 years. I'm breaking that streak this fall.
Welcome back to the Big Ugly Sports Show, brought to you by the Bank of Dudley since 1905. We'd also like to thank all of our other sponsors as well. We are here for segment 2. Again, got the OG bus crew up in here, Big Rogi, Hight, and Chill in the building. We've recapped our weekends, a lot of different things going on, but now let's dive into a little college football, and we'll start with FSU.
We don't need to spend a lot of time here.
Well,
it has to be addressed.
Yeah.
And it's not to make fun.
We can address
I'm good with you making
week.
fun, though.
Well, I mean, yeah, but I'm just curious what your take is on why the wheels have fallen off as bad as they have. Because, I mean, I can understand them losing, 2 or 3 games, something like that. But
on the season?
Yeah. But to lose 3 straight.
To inferior opponents, I think a lot of it is what they've been able to do in the transfer portal, like recently. And I think that they're Norvell and company has been probably the best staff of getting transfer guys. If you look at last year's team, Braden Fisk, Verse, Keon, Trey Benson, who was running back, Johnny Wilson, all their studs, even the linebackers like Bethune, they were all transfer guys. They weren't like guys that, they recruited straight out of high school and stayed. So I think, you look at the success that they had, and they're probably thinking, well, we won't be as good, but we'll have a chance to do it again. And, I think that they just put a lot of eggs in the basket of these guys, like a Malik Benson, who didn't play at Bama, who's talented, but there's a reason he wasn't on the field.
Do you think they just, missed the boat, like evaluated DJU incorrectly? Or
no, honestly, I think that they wanted Cam Ward, and I think they were going all in on Cam Ward, and
that would have been a huge get.
Oh, it would have been. They would have been a completely different team. I feel comfortable to say, even as disappointed as the D line's been, I think if you get Cam Ward, I think they're 3-0 right now.
Yeah.
But that's neither here nor there. I think they had him, to be honest, and I think Miami came in with a higher NIL offer, and you look at what Miami's doing now. it was a good decision by him.
Money talks.
It does.
What? I didn't even watch the game Saturday. Did DJ start or no? Or did they go to?
Yeah. And apparently they've released the depth chart of him starting again this week.
Surely that can't make them an
bad.
Yeah,
it must be
Well,
bad. But I will say, whenever I was watching highlights, like I'm watching games and they're showing, Memphis and FSU, I'm rolling. I was laughing so hard them Juggers losing to Memphis.
I don't even really get mad anymore.
I liked it when you did.
Yeah, well, the Tech game, I was just kind of like, I thought Tech was going to be a tough game. I mean, if you even go back and listen, like I think I had us FSU in 38-31. So I thought it was going to be a close game. The Boston College game was absolutely insane. That was the first time in probably my life that I'd turned the game off halfway through the first quarter. I was like, I will not watch this crap anymore.
Here's what I was curious about.
Okay.
I've watched one FSU game with you. It was FSU LSU last year. And you remember how vocal you were during the game? And how you were showing pass sets and different things, what you should have been doing, like what them players should have been doing?
I don't remember doing that specifically at that time, no.
Specifically, you don't?
Specifically.
But I was just curious, when at the Georgia Tech game, did shirt come off again? Okay.
No, I thought Georgia Tech was good. And number one, it was a 12 o'clock kickoff. It was a 12 o'clock. It was a 12 o'clock kickoff.
Yeah, it's a little different than that game.
Yeah, but so no, I mean, I was pretty chill. Even though I was sitting there, I was hanging out at Thompson Farms watching the game, and they're just constantly just stirring the pot.
They love it on it.
Yeah, they're terrible. What are they doing? I could throw that. We were in triple option in high school. I could throw that ball. So yeah.
So I have a question. We'll move on from Florida State after this.
Yeah, please.
I know that people are tired of it.
Yeah, me too.
Florida State's been here the last few years, right?
Yeah.
Does this season, does it start to go here, or is this just a level and we keep going up, or are we about to see Florida State turn?
May I, Raj? May I address this, Raj?
Please, by all means.
Because of the transfer portal. Here's my take on it. They may have a dip, but if they get it right in the transfer portal again, they'll be back. They could get back in that same trajectory.
But do you think having a 6 and I don't know what they're going to have? What do you project their record to be now? I mean, after
3-9.
Okay, so having a 3-9, does that make it harder to pull those guys and sell them?
I mean, I don't think so, because the year before they just had a phenomenal year, and as long as their NIL packages are still
and they got the brand, still got the brand.
Yeah, I mean, Florida State football is a good brand. It really is.
Yeah. Terrible town, but good.
Yeah, I mean, trash town.
I mean, even though right now in the Barstool stuff, they're in the Final Four for college towns, but that's fine. Go ahead.
Not in the Big Ugly. Big Ugly.
Who gives a?
Not in the Big Ugly tourney. All right, so you say they're still.
I mean, I think they've got to recruit high school better at the end of the day. I mean, the transfer portal's great, but even if you look at the top tier teams, the Ohio States, Texas, they've obviously
Georgia.
Georgia. I mean, these teams are teams that are high school players, and they're getting one or two big splash guys. I mean, you look at Georgia, you got ETN that came in, and you've got Kobe Young, and then you got the guy from Vanderbilt. But for the most part, Georgia's guys are guys that they recruited.
Yeah,
so
they got a tight end too from Stanford.
Right, but they still had Delp and Lucky. Some of those are guys that they recruited. So I mean, and even defensively, I don't really know who's a major transfer. All those guys on defense are high school recruited guys. So.
Yeah, I don't think they had any guys that are playing on defense that are transfer portal.
I mean, I think at the end of the day, transfer portal's great. I think it was great what FSU did last year, but at the end of the day, you have to have your backbone's got to be high school recruiting.
I agree.
We'll reach out to our people about getting Kirby's number so you can give Norvell on how to do that.
We'll talk to Ed.
Talk to Ed about that. Real quick, don't spend a lot of time on this, but Florida, what do you call him? Sunbelt Billy? How much longer does he got?
Who they got this week?
While I'm pulling it up, be talking about how much longer.
He won't make it through the year, I don't believe.
Well, I've got a side bet that he doesn't make it through. I think game 7 or game 8 with somebody, which I did see that that the boosters have
got money together.
Right, but Pete Thamel came out yesterday and said that there's more of a, I guess, cause in the fan base than there is inside Florida's program to fire Napier. But he also said this because they don't have anybody on staff that they would feel comfortable being the interim guy, which I think says a lot about
his
job.
Yeah.
So they're at Mississippi State.
they'll win. I mean, Mississippi State just got hammered by Toledo.
And then they've got Central Florida at home.
Loss.
And then it's
murders right after that. Yeah,
they're going to lose. They'll lose
Tennessee, Kentucky,
they'll lose the rest of the games until
Georgia,
Florida State beats them.
LSU, Ole Miss.
I don't know if Florida State will beat them.
I mean, you're not beating at Tennessee. They're going to lose Kentucky, Georgia, at Texas, LSU, Ole Miss. I mean, that's
because they're sitting at 1-2 right now.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think preseason. I think I had them at 5-7. They might be worse than that. They might.
So make a prediction right now, both of you. They're 1-2.
Yeah.
Make a prediction. When does Sunbelt Billy finish the year?
Let me look at the schedule. So
no, I mean if it's based on
I'm calling these fired before the Tennessee game.
Yeah, I was going to say they lose.
That's October 12th.
I was about to say they lose to Central Florida at home. He's 100% getting fired.
Yeah, for sure.
So hey, good luck.
Well, now if they were to lose Mississippi State this week, I think he's going. Which I don't think I think they beat Mississippi State. But if they were to lose to him, I think he's going.
Hate it for him.
It's fun. It's fun to see Florida be so bad. I mean, just as a Georgia fan,
we do love you, Tate.
Yeah, but I mean, just as a Georgia fan, it's good to see.
Yeah. All right. Speaking of Tate Ratledge, tightrope surgery out for 4 to 6 weeks. Good thing Georgia's got a lot of depth up front and offensive line. Hight, what was your takeaway from the UGA Kentucky game?
I would have rather seen us win by a bigger margin. However, I mean, I'll take a win. A win's a win, and I don't know what it is about Kentucky. They always play us tight up there, and I mean, I don't know. It was as a football fan, it was like, just being a tight game, making me nervous and stuff. That was fun. That's entertainment, but we came out on top, so I'll take it. However we get it.
Shout out to Eric Jackson too.
Yeah, he played pretty good.
Played really well.
Yeah.
Do you think De'Eric's got a chance to get drafted? An outside shot?
Yeah. I don't think he'll be like a 1 through 5 round pick, but I could definitely see him.
Is he more of a like downhill player, like run?
Yeah, he's definitely a box type guy. But I also think that even if he doesn't make it as far as being a true end box linebacker, I think he can make it on special teams. I mean, I think he gets down the field quick enough, and he's going to be extremely coachable, do everything you ask him to do. I mean, I could definitely see him making a roster.
He looks physical.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he made some big hits, and you got to think. I mean, anybody. He led the team in tackles in the SEC for the last 2 years. I mean, you got to be. Yeah. You got to be.
Hey, shout out. Drop me some bread with a 9. Coaching him up in high school.
That's all Coach 9s there.
Yeah, where you at? Right there.
So, staying with UGA, dog skate by, week off this week, go to Bama the following week.
Hey, shout out Trump going to be there.
Trump is going to be there, allegedly. Hight, do you still feel good about where Georgia's at after last week? Or are you a little more skeptical about being able to win some of these games on the road? Or you just chalk that up to the first SEC road game? Kentucky always gives us trouble.
Well, I mean, I feel like we were going to lose at least one of these big road games. You got Ole Miss, Texas, and Bama on the road. So I feel like we're going to lose at least one. But does that game change how I feel about it? No, not really. Do I believe in what the coaches do and the coaching staff? I think we have really good coaching staff. I believe they'll have them ready to play. I don't really, because of Kirby Smart and the job he's done and all those stuff, man. I don't really doubt anything he does anymore.
Yeah, I think Texas is only one. I think they'll be fine against Bama. I'm not really sold yet.
Well, you got to contain Milroe. And then I feel good.
I think they'll be fine.
And I think our defense is just so fast. I think it won't be easy to contain him by no means, but I think we're more equipped.
Yep.
To be able to contain him.
I think they'll be fine. I mean, even with Ole Miss, I know was it last year Ole Miss came to y'all and y'all beat them pretty handily. Which I think Ole Miss is better, but I think Georgia does on defense is. Texas, they're freaking good now.
There is one thing that I noticed Saturday that kind of bothered me.
Please elaborate.
Kentucky's got, I think they would have 6 or 7 guys in the box on defense, and we're not checking out, and we're not taking advantage of having numbers.
It was very vanilla.
And you would think that if
fire Bobo according to Ed.
Well, I mean, I don't know about the fire Bobo thing. I just because I know Bobo's offensive can score. I just don't know if there was something holding us back. What was holding us back? Why are we not coming to the line? Okay, they got 7 in the box. We got 5 here. Like, why are we not checking out of these runs? You know what I mean?
Yeah. But I think though now you've got film on seeing you not doing that. I'm sure that will be addressed. And like I said, you got a bye week. I'm sure that's going to be a major point of emphasis.
But it makes me curious. Like, can we not do that?
No, I think Carson Beck's probably the best or most NFL ready quarterback. I think even before, I think he'll be the first overall pick, and so I think you've got the talents there. You got Colby Young, you got the dude from Vandy. I can't remember his name. So you still got guys that they're trying to still get on the same page with. Dylan Bell? Who's the other guys? Arian Smith.
Arian Smith,
which I know he's kind of a deep ball threat, but
we don't take a lot of shots deep. They
haven't yet. I bet when you see against Bama, I bet they come out there.
Well, that's kind of what I'm hoping. That we just kept it real plain Jane. We wanted to try to just be as physical as we could be. Which you think about it, like you want to try to get in a real physical game so that you can be ready for a real physical game versus Alabama.
Well, I kind of look at the Kentucky game a lot how I looked at the Clemson game. Okay. If Georgia in the first half against Clemson was kind of vanilla, they weren't really doing anything. But then when it was time for them, like, oh crap, we need to turn it on. What did they do? They turned it on, and Clemson wasn't really a threat offensively to Georgia's defense, and I don't think Kentucky was much of a threat either. So, I think in their minds are probably like, okay, we can not show all our cards. You don't want to put everything on film for Bama to be able, because I don't know. I think Bama might have an off week this week too.
No, I think they play. No, maybe not. I don't remember. I can tell you.
Well, if they're playing somebody, that gives Georgia another extra week to prepare and not put something on film. If they do have an off week, you don't want to put some crazy stuff on film that they're going to have.
No, I get all that, but I just kind of I really thought, okay, because a lot of times Georgia gets in the game, they're kind of feeling their way through the first half,
right? Then
they make an adjustment second half and pull away, and that never came.
Yeah, I get that and agree to an extent, but at the end of the day, they got off week.
They must be off.
So I just think.
But they ain't got Saban no more.
They don't. But I don't know. I just think that Georgia's they've got guys. They've got their tight end room is still the best in the nation. They got dudes out there. I think they'll be fine.
Hight, just tell the people, what are you in that situation? What are you audible into with Fresno? Let's go Fresno State.
A pick 6 probably if I'm on offense. Just being honest.
But you're not gonna run it. If they got you outnumbered, we're gonna throw that thing.
No, well, if they got me outnumbered, then I'm probably gonna audible to a RPO bubble or something like that. Depending on numbers over on that side.
RPO. Throw the slant, Steve. Throw the post, AJ Malphus.
Oh, speaking of that voice, I did see ESPN reported yesterday that Tennessee is up. Did y'all see that they upped their ticket price?
Yeah.
10% to pay athletes. What do y'all think about that? Good idea?
I think it's innovative, but it's also kind of aggravating as a fan.
Yeah, but at the same time, in today's game, you kind of got. I feel like you kind of have to do that. You understand, the NIL is a big thing. These guys want to get paid to play. And I can tell you what these people are going to do. They're still going to buy those tickets.
What's the ticket? What's the college football ticket? Probably the Tennessee game.
I think the SEC tickets, baseline tickets, are like $85. It's either $75 or $85.
So 10%. You talking about $8 to those? That but
that's where it starts, Jill. That's where it starts.
Yeah, but as a Georgia fan right now, if Kirby came on there and said, "Hey guys, we're up at 10%. We need y'all here. This is going to help us." So and so, I tell you what Hight's doing.
No, I'm not. I'm not doing it. I'm not going to any games.
If you were, you would pay the extra $10.
Sure,
well,
Kirby.
You think about Tennessee, that place got 110,000. So you're talking, if they pack it out,
$1 million a game. Plus, that's probably, more than that.
Have you ever been to Knoxville? Talk about an armpit. It's a terrible, terrible location. And the stadium is complete garbage. The stadium itself is like you sit vertically, it doesn't go back. There's no
right.
So that'd be tough to climb straight up for me.
It was bad. It was bad. I have a really bad experience. I have a real bad experience. The one time I went with my dad. We get cussed out by Tennessee fans from the parking lot to the stadium. We're getting cussed out, and I
know you're not just sitting there taking. I know you're.
Yeah, it was. He was a boy.
No, I was in college, but I mean, what was it? It was just me and my dad.
Who you talking to? Hey, listen, we're from East Dublin now. We different now.
And anyway, and then we get there.
Mountains don't mean nothing to me.
And and then we get there and just I commenced to get throttled by Tennessee. So it was a tough time.
It's probably a good thing you didn't say anything then.
I mean, I don't. Well, you think I'm gonna fight somebody over getting cussed at over a football game?
Yes.
Because of all the fights you've seen me get in.
Yes.
Y'all are stupid. Y'all are stupid.
You're intimidating. You're an intimidating guy.
Shut up.
When he had that bottom row working, it's gotten better. Where are we at? I updated people. That's progress because he showed it. It showed it.
Yeah. If you've seen where it started.
Oh, listen, we saw it.
So you believe in Invisalign. You believe in him.
I'm a big believer.
Trust the process.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right, guys, it is time for our final commercial. On the other side, we're going to get our guest caller. We're going to talk some more college football. We're going to talk a little bit of the Falcons, and we're going to update you on our picks from last week and make our new picks for this week. So y'all stay with us. We will be right back.
Bank of Dudley is proud to sponsor the Big Ugly Sports Show. Wherever you're listening to your favorite sports show, you can also be banking with your favorite bank. Bank of Dudley offers mobile and online banking platforms to make managing your money easy. Get on that Bank of Dudley bus. Bank of Dudley since 1905. Member FDIC.
All right, welcome back to the Big Ugly Sports Show, brought to you by the Bank of Dudley. We're here for segment 3. It is time for our college picks. We've got a guest picker on the phone with us. We'll get to him here momentarily, but let me update you real quick on where we stand. Rogi, with a 6-4 week last week, still stays on top with an 18-12 overall record. That's good for first, Rogi. That's pretty good there, buddy.
Good game, baby.
Yeah, sorry, I had you muted right there. Opie sits in second with an overall record of 15-15 after going 6-4 last week. Hight sits in third at 13-17 after a 5-5 week. And Chill, after his 1-9 performance last week, rebounds with an 8-2 performance.
That's impressive.
To make fourth place a little tighter at 12-18. So, hey, still hanging in there. And then, as far as our guest pickers go, Noah Garnto came in at 4-6 last week, which puts him tied for first with the other two, 4-6. So, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome in our special guest picker for this week, Mr. Josh Rico Gay. Rico, how's it going?
Well, good, fellas. How are y'all this morning?
Hey, Clutch QB 13. How's it going, bud?
Yeah, it's going good. How y'all? Big and ugly, I know it.
Big and ugly. And we got, so you heard the records. Tate King, Chan Metz, Noah Garnto through 3 weeks have posted 4-6 records. So the bar is somewhat low for you to maybe take the reins of first place at the end of this week. So how do you feel about that?
Why my chances of being mediocre? Not too much to live up to. Now 1-9 is impressive. That's more impressive than 4-6, and maybe even going over 500.
Wouldn't you say that's Rico? Wouldn't you say that'd be hard to do? If I told you right now I need you to go 1-9 next week, you think you'd do it?
That's almost as hard as going 9-1.
That's what I said. Really, Thank you.
You almost gotta flip a coin there and close your eyes and pick.
All right, let's so we'll dive into some of these picks. So we've got we'll start with Hight leading out right here. We've got Illinois +8 at Nebraska. The top 25 matchup.
I'll take Nebraska. Just riding a hot hand, feeling good at home.
Matt Anderson gonna be there.
He's gonna be there. No, I think he said it was the 400th consecutive sellout at their stadium. So I'll take Nebraska to cover.
Rogi?
Same.
Sorry about the little you hear the noise, and I'm not really sure what that is. It may have something to do with the phone. Anyhow, we'll just battle through that. Standard tech difficulties for us. I'm gonna go with Nebraska to cover as well. Really only because of Matt Anderson and working at the school with us. But I saw him at the barbershop or the salon yesterday. You know, I don't go barbershop, salon, but the salon.
Hair is thin, boy.
It is thin. She got it. But I saw him coming out. He said that, yeah, like you said, they've sold out 400 straight games dating back to 1962. He and Mr. Waldrop were there for the 300th game, and now he and his wife are going out for the 400. So he's hoping to get that.
He told me he's taking me one year.
You think that's all expenses paid, or where are we at on that? It needs to be. If he's inviting
it don't have to be.
If he's inviting you, though, it's kind of standard.
No,
you won't take it.
Let's be honest. Let's be honest. If it's not all expenses paid, is Hight going?
No.
Why y'all doing me like that?
Listen, do we need to go back to the phone finger?
I paid for those, and that's why I want them.
He didn't pay for anything else there.
No, have we been to a Hawks game since?
We sure haven't. We haven't gone really
That's
anywhere.
called Wade slipping and tripping.
All right, Rico, who you got in that one?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Nebraska as well. Friday night game, going to be a big environment. Illinois is more physical than anybody Nebraska's probably played, but Nebraska's going to be able to run the ball against these guys. My only quirk with Nebraska is Raiola is too much. He's trying too much to be like Mahomes.
He is doing that.
Cringy. It's kind of cringy, but he is smart with the ball. He does play a lot older than he is 18-year-old. I know you Georgia fans are probably a little salty with him not picking your school, but we'll roll with Nebraska.
Yeah, we're trying to get over that. But so if you're a betting person, take Illinois because all four of us took Nebraska. So definitely Illinois there. All right, Rogi, USC -6 at Michigan. Good game here this week.
Yeah, first time that USC's going east for a big trip. I think Michigan made a change at quarterback though, to I guess going to Orgy from Warren. What was his name? Anyways, you childish boy. Anyways, I'm going to tell USC. I mean, I think you kind of look at what Texas was able to do throwing the ball. Now Moss isn't as good in my opinion as yours, but I think they've got guys out there. Zachariah Branch is a dude outside. I think USC goes into the big house and probably wins by 1 to 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, I don't have a whole lot of insight on this. I think Michigan's headed on a down slope. I like USA. I like USA too, but I like USC here just because I really don't like Michigan. I don't like USC either, but I like them a little less than Michigan. So I mean a little more than Michigan. Hight.
Well, if you can't steal signs anymore,
yeah. This is Mel.
I think this dude tooted legs open right here. Dude, just hit me all in my nose.
I promise I didn't.
Anyway,
I would have.
Yeah, their sign stealing it has been put to an end, and I think that losing a lot of talent to the NFL draft, different head coach, it's just wheels are falling off. I'll take USC.
What about you, Rico?
Yeah, I'm gonna go USC in the points. I think Michigan, like Roger mentioned, Orgy's gonna be starting for him. Not very exciting. He's not gonna be able to throw the ball very well. They're gonna be run heavy. So if USC can stop the run, they're coming off a bye week. I don't think Michigan has a chance. They're gonna have to limit possessions is their best hope to slow USC down and get on the board and keep it close.
That's our second clean sweep there. So Illinois and Michigan seems to be the picks so far. All right, Rico, we'll lead out with you here. You got Utah -2 traveling to Oklahoma State.
Okay, yeah. So Oklahoma State, we know what they do. They're going to throw it. I think the past 3 games they've thrown it 30-plus times every game. Utah's a little more physical. They'll be able to get to OK State, and as long as they don't give up the deep ball, they'll keep OK State under control. Mike Gundy, he is a man, but he's not 40 anymore. He's not 40 anymore. That's quite a while. I looked it up. He's 57 now, so quite a long time ago. I think Utah's got a lot of experience at quarterback. Rising's supposed to play. I think they'll dominate OK State, and I think Utah.
All right.
Tell me the spread again.
He says -2 Utah.
-2 Utah -2. It'd be crazy if I sent these out.
Yeah, I know, but I can't remember off the top of my head. And I agree with everything. I agree with everything Rico just said. But it's at Oklahoma State, and
Boone T. Pickett Stadium.
I'm gonna take OK State right here. Yeah,
can you do that?
Sure, I'll do that.
Who you got, Raj?
This is actually kind of a tough one. I mean, essentially you're picking one to win, right? As far as I don't think picking against the spread here. I'm kind of with Hight there. I mean, I think that Rising is going to play, but he's just got such an injury history. I mean, you never know what could happen with him. And yeah, OK State throws the ball a lot, but they also still got Ollie Gordon in that backfield, which he's probably one of the best running backs, if not the best, in college football. I would say if it was in Utah, I would probably take the Utes, but I'm going to take Oklahoma State, obviously outright here.
I'll take the Utes. Cam Rising has a big game, and it's enough to slip past Oklahoma State. So I'll go Utes here. All right, Raj, to lead us off here, we got Tennessee, who's been on fire, in an SEC matchup, -7 points traveling to Oklahoma.
I think actually this could be like a potential trap game for Tennessee. They have been on fire, but first time that they're going to be going out west, have a little bit of a difference in time change. Venables is a defensive-minded guy. I think that they're going to be the best defense that Tennessee's seen up to this point. Usually they're really explosive on offense. I think Tennessee wins, but I'm going to take Oklahoma to cover.
Okay, Oklahoma's
Close
big.
game.
I like Tennessee here. I've just been really impressed by them. They seem to can score at will, and they seem like they've been like that for the last several years until they run into somebody like them Dogs. But against Oklahoma, who Venables is a defensive guy, but I don't think he's got the guys on defense to slow down Tennessee. I like Tennessee to win by double digits. All right.
Yeah, I'm going to take Tennessee here because seven's just not a lot. If it were probably 14 or more, I would have probably went with Oklahoma. But because the line's so tight, I'll take Tennessee.
Rico, what you got?
Where did Josh Hight play college ball at?
Oklahoma.
He won a national championship at Oklahoma, so I think that plays into the storyline. I think he'll have Tennessee ready to go in Oklahoma against them. I think this will turn into a game similar to how Georgia-Clemson was. Kind of starts off slow and seems like Clemson was keeping pace with Georgia. I think Oklahoma will keep pace with Tennessee in the beginning, but third, fourth quarter you'll look and it'll be, 28-7 or something like that. And it'll be a night game. It'll be fun. I wish Opie was on. I was going to poke at him a little bit. This will be one of the games where Opie's sitting around drinking some Diet Sunkiss, sitting by the fire, and he's trying to figure out why shins are tingling.
Hottest fire you've ever been around.
Yeah, is it the Diet Sunkiss or is it the fire? I don't really know. Where am I sitting? So I'll take Tennessee.
Ooh, I like that, Pete. Go in there, Tennessee. All right, Hight, lead us out right here. We got the last one. We got Wreckham Tech. Rico is a Tech fan, so we had to make sure this one's on the list. Tech getting 10.5, heading to Louisville. What you got, Hight?
I'm gonna take Tech right here.
Tennessee Tech.
Yes, I'm gonna take Tech, and I think that last week there was a letdown. Right? Who was it they lost to?
Syracuse.
3 weeks.
It was 2 weeks ago, sir.
2 weeks ago. Okay. And so that messes up what I was about to say, but anyway, I'm still gonna stick. I'm stick with my.
Hey, last week was let down. Now, who they play last week?
I thought they lost.
What was the spread on what you just said 2 minutes ago? What was the spread?
I messed up. That's fine. It's fine.
Circle back.
Hey, when you live on air, you gonna have a mistake every
People
now
don't
and again.
understand that.
They don't get the pressure of the show.
Right.
Well, I'll go with Tech.
All right. Raj.
Oh, man, this is tough. I don't really know a whole lot about Louisville. I know they lost a decent amount of guys last year. And, I think Tech, even though there was a bad loss to Syracuse, I still think they're kind of a wild card to get in and compete and win the ACC, just because the ACC is not great. And I think they've got some playmakers. I think Haynes King's really good, and the running back's legit. I think he kid that played at Grayson. So I'm going to take Tech to go on the road and cover.
Yeah, I was looking here back at Louisville. They're 2-0. They're ranked 19th in the country, but they've beaten Austin Peay and Jack State. So they hadn't played anybody. Tech's had a tougher schedule to start the season, and with Tech getting 10.5, I don't know if they can win. I would like to call an outright victory here, but I'm not sure if they can. But I do think 10.5 points is a lot, and I think Tech will be able to score on them. So I will take Tech to cover here. Rico, what you got?
Yeah, Tech plays well against ranked opponents. That they're always due for a big letdown on a team that they should beat. Obviously, a Tech fan to pull with heart overhead here. Also played for Buster Faulkner at Valdosta State. He was my quarterbacks coach, so got a little more invested in him.
Mm-hmm. That's why we picked it this week.
Yeah, they're going to play late. So if the Louisville is up late third, fourth quarter, those guys keep fighting, and they'll get back in it to keep it close and at least cover with the points.
Okay, so Wreckham Tech it is. Rico, one question before we let you go. I know your wife's family, huge Georgia fans. Like, does that add fuel to you being more of a Tech fan, or is this potential for you to be a Georgia fan in there?
You know, if it wasn't for guys like you giving me a hard time about Georgia all the time, I'd be a little more inclined to root with you.
I understand.
Now, I don't root against Georgia. I like the hometown guy. Any hometown team, Georgia sports at all. I like to see them do well. It's always fun to poke at guys when Georgia Tech is successful, but it's been a while. So it's good to have you guys happy. So I'm happy with that. You guys being Georgia fans and them having success.
Hey.
I won't be buying a Georgia shirt at the bookstore though. I know Hight was kind of talking me into it a couple weeks ago, but just can't do it.
Hey, I understand. All right, Rico, but have a great day at work, man. We know you out there grinding. We appreciate you calling in. Hey, and good luck getting on top of the leaderboard this week.
Yeah, thanks, fellas. Appreciate it.
See you, bud.
See you, bud. Josh Gay on the phone with us there, loyal listener to the Big Ugly Sports Show. We're running short on time here, a couple minutes left, but I did want to talk Falcons real quick. You know, we've talked a lot of other things, but I know I was a little disappointed when I found out that Rogi told me he didn't watch any of the game, and he's a Falcons fan. He's even got the Falcons shirt on today. But I
Big Falcon.
Huh?
Big Falcon.
It is a big Falcon on there. I stayed up and battled with it and almost went to sleep when they were about to run the clock out, the Eagles were, and then they threw that pass, and I was like, okay, well, let me keep battling. And, man, it was awesome. Kirk Cousins made the plays down the stretch, and it was exciting. So
he made it look pretty easy. And then I started thinking, what would this have looked like if Desmond Ridder was still the quarterback?
They wouldn't have been in a situation to win the game.
Yeah, but I know, but I'm just saying, like, if he'd have had an opportunity to be the QB in that 2-minute drill to win the game, like, there's no chance that happened.
It'd be like your quarterback from Fresno State.
Pick six.
Yes.
It was fun to watch all those dogs out there on that defense, though. I mean, there was one play where Nakobe Dean made a play up the middle, and it was just a triangle. You had Jordan Davis, Jalen Carter, and Nakobe Dean all in the picture right there making a play. I did see a video where Nolan Smith got chipped by Bijan Robinson coming off. He chipped him and absolutely destroyed
flipped him. Yeah.
Yes. I saw Keely Ringo out there a little bit, so a lot of dogs out there. But like, is the hype with the Falcons? Is it, you know, we had a disappointing week against the Steelers, who are now 2-0, and you know, T.J. Watt was a game changer there. But big win on the road in Philly against a really good Philly team, and now you've got the Chiefs coming into town.
That's a whole different. God, that's tough too. But you think, man, like, just to try to get that monkey off their back of just being a terrible team and not being able to win, not even big games, but not being able to win, you know, competitive games. Like, they were only winning games that they're supposed to win. And so on the road on Monday night versus the Eagles, that was huge. It's got to be huge for their confidence. And I would think that guys in the NFL are big, like, confidence. Like, you got to have a belief that, yeah, we can go out there and win, because really, I mean, it's a lot of work. It's very physical. It's very demanding. And if you don't feel like you can win, I would believe that they would say, well, you know what, I'm just not going to try as hard. So, I mean, is it my off base there, you think, Ron?
No, I think that's, you know, pretty spot on. You know, I think one thing that has been very surprising, and it's obviously early on, they're 2 games in, but the division's a lot better than I think any of us anticipated. You know, you take out Carolina, which is a dumpster fire.
Yeah.
You know, the Saints have put up 40 points back-to-back weeks.
They've scored on every offensive possession they've had this year. 14 straight.
You know, which I think is really cool, what they're doing with Taysom Hill. I don't know if y'all watched the game against the Cowboys at all or saw it. But they've lined him up at receiver. They've lined him up at running back. They've lined him up at fullback. They've lined him up at quarterback. I think that's pretty cool. You got a guy in the NFL that's playing
all those positions.
Right.
Well, he's got to be pretty sharp mentally to know.
Oh, yeah. BYU guy, I think.
Yeah.
But, so anyways, you know, I mean, I think that the division's a lot better, which, you know, does. So I think going in, I feel like everybody, us and even, you know, the experts, you know, they were probably, you know, the division's terrible. It's kind of the Falcons to lose. And now it's like, oh, crap, like the Bucs are, you know, they're not bad. The Saints are putting up crazy points. You know, the Falcons are coming on. So, I mean, this could honestly end up being one of the best divisions in football in the season.
Yeah, that's an interesting take. I hadn't even thought of it like that, but that could make for a lot of fun football down the road. But I kind of wonder, is like, gosh, I slipped it. The quarterback, his name slipped my mind.
Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, is he, you know, with his mobility issues, you got to think that as the season progresses, he progresses, right? And then
I think you saw.
I
that
thought he looked. Yeah, I thought he looked.
yeah.
better.
Well, just from game 1 to game 2, you think maybe game 1 he was just kind of timid, a little unsure, and then realized, okay, I can do a little more. And so, I mean,
you got to feel like a guy like that, and any of those guys at quarterback. I mean, at regular practice, they know I'm not getting hit. I can kind of, but I'm sure he was a little more timid.
And you got T.J. Watt come off the edge. I mean, he's probably one of the best pass rushers in the NFL. So
anyway, I just kind of I make the assumption, that he's just going to continue to get better. And I get he has a ceiling. He's not going to be, an MVP guy.
He'll be a top 10 quarterback.
But yeah, that's what I mean. He's going to be much better than what we've had in a long time.
And what helps him, which I mean, Ritter had this last year too, but he was just terrible. Was the run game. The run game was they were pounding the Eagles, which the Eagles were doing it to us too. But I mean, it felt like every time Robinson or Algier touched the ball, I mean, they were ripping off 7.
Well, I think that's
yards.
big, having a big change of pace back with Algier.
Man, Robinson is pretty doggone good.
He's good, dude.
Yeah, I mean, he's catching the ball out of the backfield, like you said. I mean, pass pro, flipping on Smith.
And when he sticks his foot in the ground, it's
and they've got.
He's so quick. It's crazy.
You've got Pitts, who's kind of still been a disappointment for being the
Well, I want to say, all right, this is the year where we figure out if he can be anything. If we've got a QB like this can throw to him, I mean, and Drake London, I mean, I was happy to see Drake London get touches and
deep guy and Mooney.
That was a dirty route that London ran into.
Yeah,
he hit that inside and that dude jumped.
Put a head on him.
And then the O-line, O-line's going to be a top probably 7-8 unit. The pleasant surprise to me has been, obviously it's just 2 games, but the defense was pretty good last year, but I feel like they are kind of taking that step up. I mean, I think the secondary, the 2 safeties with Bates and Simmons are probably the 2 best safety combo in the NFL.
A.J. Terrell's good.
Terrell, they're still missing another corner, and I would love, if they could maybe before the trade deadline get another pass rusher opposite of Judon. Because I think if you get 2 guys coming off the edge, you got Jarrett and whoever, I can't remember the guy from Yale that's inside, but I mean, they're pretty solid. They're going to end up being, I think, a top 10 defense. Could be a top 10 offense. I mean,
that's fun.
I guess the good thing about it too, for me, and I can only speak for me on this, but with Georgia Saturdays, college football Saturdays, I'm always fired up to watch college football. And I felt like last couple of years, it was like, Falcons are playing. I'll kind of get it if I can, but like, I'm eagerly awaiting Sunday night for them to play the Chiefs. I was excited about them playing Monday. So, true test this week coming with the Chiefs, and we'll kind of see. We'll revisit next week.
Is that home? Okay.
Yeah, they got a good home schedule. Falcons got a good home schedule this year. So,
play the Cowboys at home.
Chargers, I think. All kind of people coming in. So, we'll open that up next week. But we are out of time. We really do appreciate everybody joining in with us today. But it is time for us to wrap it up. So, Hight, wrap it up for us.
Be sure to check us out on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, thebiguglysportshow.com.
Raj, any closing thoughts?
Keep your head down, stay humble, stay out of the way. Gang, baby.
Gang. Yeah, make sure you visit our website, www.thebiguglysportshow.com. Thank you to all of our sponsors, the Bank of Dudley, as always, Brian's Giant Subs, Elite Flooring, Elite Comfort Solutions, and Big Pete's Car Wash. Thank you so much for all you do. We appreciate you. We'll see you next week, wherever you're at this week, whatever you're doing, tell them what to do. Hey,
get on that bus.
Oh, yeah, get on that bus, get on that cheese. If you do, you owe me that pregame money.
Swishing, yeah. And they swishing, swishing, swish.